Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Angel After the Fall, issue number 23. Take a look at these covers. Now, this is supposed to be the epilogue to the After the Fall story arc. Why they're doing this now and not after the story arc ended, I don't know. It would have been made so much more sense if they did this after the story arc ended, and would explain so much stuff that happened. But then again, I don't control the comics, so I'm not going to complain about it. What's done is done. Now, I was excited for this issue because the dynamic After the Fall team of Franco Oro and Brian Lynch returns. Brian Lynch is a phenomenal writer who does Angel very well. Not only is he a good writer, but he is a fan of Angel, so it's comforting to know one of us is writing Angel. In addition to that, Franco's art is beautiful. A lot of people dislike it, but I think it's the best art that's been done for Angel so far. My only complaint with it is how he draws Gwen. Other than that, I love Franco's art. So I was glad to see these two back. And this is a good issue. This explains what happens to Gunn and Illyria after the fall. I'm never going to get used to that. The issue starts off with Gunn in a coma, and he talks about how all his friends kind of come and visit him, and how they all kind of moved on with their lives and done their own thing, and he reminisces about what happened in hell and how it made him feel during After the Fall. He talks about all his friends kind of moving on with their lives, and the only one that never moves on with their life and always is there is Illyria. Illyria always watches over Gunn. Non also pays Gunn a visit where she kind of wants to resurrect Gunn and become an evil dynamic team. So she heals Gunn up. She has the ability to take away life and give it back. Now, I kind of rushed ahead. If you don't know who Non is, she was a big player in the Spike After the Fall series. She was one of the big demon lords, but she got her ass handed to her. Now, after the Fall, she's kind of a homeless demon that has nothing going for her. Gunn throws her out the window and yells at her for resurrecting his body. He doesn't want to be evil. He's good now. And she doesn't quite understand that. So Illyria takes her and throws her out into the sunset and is about to kill Gunn for what he did. And Gunn allows it. He's okay with Illyria killing him. However, she decides not to and instead brings him to her living area. I want to call it living area because it's not really a house or an apartment or anything. And there's writings on the wall, and it's all different ways that people could get killed. And Illyria says, in classic Illyria fashion, I restrained myself, but I have written a list of ways that I could have killed you. If you push me, I will consult the list and choose from the most painful. Beautiful Illyria line. Well, Illyria and Gunn are kind of on okay terms, and they talk about how their lives have changed since After the Fall. Gunn talks about how he was evil and how everything was so clear and how everything was fun and exciting. And despite how evil he was and how much he disgusted by what he did, there was clarity. And he didn't have his soul put back in. He didn't have, get killed or staked. He just was turned back into a human. It was all just taken away. And he feels so off and he kind of misses it. He knows it wrong, but he misses it. So he's handling it in a different way than other vampires who got their souls back did. And Gunn gets turned into a human. Illyria is upset about being tainted with humanity and how she's this demon lord, but she has this humanity put in her. So, and Charles said that that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. You gotta learn to live with that. They go to a rehab clinic, which George the Fish suggested that Gunn go to. He looked at it, but he decided not to enter it. So him and Illyria go off into the sunset, and thus they decide to go off and do their own thing, leading up to the new 5-issue miniseries of Only Human, which is a Gunn and Illyria only series, which will be phenomenal. I like the idea. It's going to be good. And we also get previews for issue number 24, which is the new Drusilla issue, where the actress Julia, who played Drusilla, is going to help write it with Brian Lynch, which I'm ecstatic for. That's going to be great. So on a whole, the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. On a whole, this is a great issue. I recommend picking it up. It is short. I know. People are going to be like, well, it's not really short, but it reads really fast, so it feels like it's short. Although in the short amount of time that they have, they really established Gunn and Illyria in their positions right now in life. Like I said, Brian Lynch knows the characters so well. He's a great writer for Angel. He understands the characters. I mean, with the past few issues of Angel that we've been having with the new writer, nothing against her, but it feels like she doesn't understand the characters. It feels like she's forced into these characters. With Brian Lynch, he understands them so well. Illyria understood so well. Gunn understood so well. And now with their lives given back to them and having these new twists on their lives, really starts to mix things up for the characters. So on the whole, this issue is great. I recommend picking this up. Now, if you're getting into Angel and you have not read Angel After the Fall, then you're probably going to be confused by this issue. And you've only been reading the previous, say, 5 issues that are dealing with the Aftermath story arc. If that's the case, then you probably should hold off on this issue. However, if you're a die-hard Angel fan like I am, and you read the comics up until this point, you cannot go wrong with this issue. It is fantastic. And again, Brian Lynch is back. I love Brian Lynch. Great writer. So with that said, I'm going to end the review here. Angel After the Fall, issue 23. It's a must-get. With that said, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.